Let's begin by offering our respects to ISKCON founder Acharya and our preeminent Shiksha Guru, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Itti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. He Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu, Jagatpate, Gopesha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta, Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Sute Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpa Taruvyascha, Kripa Sindhu Vya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shrivasati, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om
Bhagavate
Namo Bhagavate
Devaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Devaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So on behalf of ISKCON Chile Educational Department, we welcome all of you to our weekly Krishna book classes. We have with us here Dipti Adnani, Divya Budrani, Deepa Vijay Kumar, Hari, Kamala Nandini Mataji. Then we have Karuna, Naresh Budrani, N.C. Venkatchari, Auntie Neeta. My husband is there. My parents are there. Then we have Ritu Lalwani. We have Shailesh Latkar, Sri Radhe Hari Devidasi, Swapna Latkar. And we have Gokul Priya Devidasi Mataji. Okay, so what did we see in the previous class?
Divya.
Oh, there's an echo in your mic. What did we see in the previous class? Who was offering prayers to Krishna?
Lord Brahma.
We saw
Brahma.
how Lord Brahma is offering some very beautiful prayers. He's sharing his realizations after the Brahma Vimohana Leela, after he was completely bewildered by Krishna. After Brahma wanted to test the power of Krishna, he wanted to see his own power. He wanted to see how Krishna is going to act, if he's going to steal his calves and his cowherd friends. So then, anyway, later Brahma has this wonderful realization, and then he offers very nice prayers to Lord Sri Krishna. Now, coming back to our Krishna book, today's chapter.
Chapter 15.
Yes, today we have to see chapter number 15. Today's chapter is titled The Killing of Dhenukāsura. Now, this particular demon, Dhenukāsura, he was an ass demon, and this demon was not killed by Krishna. Dhenukāsura was killed by Lord Balaram. So, let us see what happens in this chapter. In this way, Sri Krishna, along with his elder brother Balaram, passed the childhood age known as Kaumara and stepped into the age of Pauganda from the 6th year up to the 10th year. At that time, all the cowherd men conferred and agreed to give those boys who had passed their 5th year charge of the cows in the pasturing ground. Given charge of the cows, Krishna and Balaram traversed Vrindavan, purifying the land with their lotus footprints. So long, Krishna and Balaram were given the responsibility of taking only the calves for pasturing. But now, apparently, from the angle of vision of the Vrajavasis, who have this spontaneous love for Krishna, now for them they see that, oh, now Krishna has grown up, his intelligence is more enhanced, his strength is has increased. So now he's a bigger boy, so they are giving him the responsibility of pasturing the cows. So now Krishna and Balaram, they are given an upgrade by the elderly gopas of Vrindavan. So now they are beginning to take the cows also for pasturing along with the calves. So they have now crossed the Kaumara age and they have entered into the Pauganda age, which is from 6 to 10. Accompanied by the cowherd boys and Balaram, Krishna brought forward the cows and played on his flute as he entered the forest of Vrindavan, which was full of flowers, vegetation, and pasturing grass. The Vrindavan forest was as sanctified as the clear mind of a devotee and was full of bees, flowers, and fruits. There were chirping birds and clear water lakes with waters that could relieve one of all fatigue. Sweet smelling breezes blew always, refreshing the mind and body. Krishna, with his friends and Balaram, entered the forest and, seeing the favorable situation, desired to enjoy the atmosphere to the fullest extent. Krishna saw all the trees overloaded with fruits and fresh twigs, bending down to touch the ground as if welcoming him by touching his lotus feet. He was very much pleased by the behavior of the trees, fruits, and flowers, and he began to smile, realizing their desires. So you see the fruits and I mean the trees and their branches are full of the fruits and the flowers. So the branches are bending down and they are bending down because they want to touch the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram. In Vrindavan, every single living entity is not an ordinary living entity. Even the souls that are in the tree bodies are great personalities. No, they are not ordinary souls. They are not ordinary conditioned souls. So therefore, they are fully aware um, of their good fortune, and therefore they want to touch the feet of Krishna and Balaram. Krishna then spoke to his elder brother Balaram as follows: My dear brother, you are superior to all of us, and your lotus feet are worshipped by the demigods. Just see how these trees, full with fruits and flowers, have bent down to worship your lotus feet. It appears that they are trying to get out of the darkness that has obliged them to accept the form of trees. Actually, the trees born in the land of Vrindavan are not ordinary living entities. Having held the impersonal point of view in their past life, they have been put into this stationary condition of life. But now they have the opportunity of seeing you in Vrindavan, and they are praying for your further advancement in spiritual life through your personal association. So, who were these entities who now have got the bodies of the trees? Who were they in the past life?
Were the sages, Mataji?
What kind of sages?
Impersonal sages.
Impersonalists. No, they were impersonalists. Now, what do we mean when we say that they are impersonalists? What?
They believe in the Brahm Jyoti and not the form.
Believe in the Brahma Jyoti. They believe that the Lord is impersonal. What do we mean by impersonal? That God is not a person. No, God is not a person. So these personalities actually they were impersonalists in their previous life, and therefore now they have got the body of trees. And what are they doing in the body of the trees? They are praying for further advancement in spiritual life through your personal association. They were impersonalists before, but now they want the personal association of Krishna so that they can further advance in their spiritual life. They can go from the Brahman realization to Bhagavan realization. Yeah, Lavina, you have raised your hand. You're on mute, Lavina.
Sorry. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Can you please repeat this again? Why did the trees take form in Vrindavan? What was the reason?
Because see, it is explained here that now they are praying for further advancement in spiritual life. So they were impersonalists in their previous lifetime. Impersonalists, you understand, no? We already explained what is an impersonalist. So they were an impersonal in their previous lifetime. Now they want to advance in their spiritual life. Because remember, the Brahman realization or the realization that God is not a person is not a full realization of God, is only a partial realization. Higher than Brahman realization, higher than personal realization is, we saw previously, Paramatma realization. To realize that God is the super soul, Paramatma in the heart. He is the super soul residing in the heart of each one of us. That is Paramatma realization. And the highest and the most complete realization of God is Bhagavan realization, or that God is a person. God is a person. So they have already they were already impersonalists in their previous lifetime. Now they want to further advance in their spiritual life. So they are praying for further advancement in spiritual life. They want to go from Brahman realization to Bhagavan realization, and for that they are praying in their spiritual life. So of course, when they were impersonalists, they have acquired some credits, no, some spiritual credits they have acquired. So because of those spiritual credits that they have acquired, now they have got the body of trees in Vrindavan Dham, where they can get the personal association of Krishna. Okay, and they can
Thank you.
further advance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mataji, can I ask you one question?
Yes.
You just said that they acquired pious credits, but one someone is not even believing that God has a, he's a person and has a form. How can they have? How did they acquire such pious credits that they are in Vrindavan, all the places?
Yes, so they must, as Brahmavadis, they may have been they may have been fully realized Brahmavadis. So one can be fully Brahman realized, one can be fully Paramatma realized, and one can be fully Bhagavan realized. So when one is a fully realized transcendentalist, it can also be it can also be that one is a completely fully realized Brahman transcendentalist. So that way they acquired credits. See, impersonalists, there are two kinds. One is Brahmavadis and the others are Mayavadis. Brahmavadis are not offensive to the Lord, like the Mayavadis. Mayavadis are offensive to the Lord because they believe and they preach that I am God, you are God, everyone can become God. No, that's what they preach. They preach that now we are all covered. Therefore, we have forgotten that we are God. No, and great personalities like Lord Ram and Lord Krishna, we can also become like them. They are actually one of us. Just that now we have forgotten our potency, our power. But when we revive that potency and power, then we will also become God. So this is offensive understanding to think that we can become God. These are the Mayavadis. But the other category of impersonalists are the Brahmavadis. They are not offensive. They believe that God is not a person, but they do not believe that they can become God. So they are not offensive. Okay, so there are two categories of impersonalists also. We have to understand that. And as Brahmavadis, if one can be a fully realized Brahman transcendentalist, and like that, he can acquire a lot of pious credits.
Okay, I have one more question. So, is it like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that we should not listen to Mayavadis? So, is it okay to associate with people who are Brahmavadis?
Now, why would you want to associate with somebody who is not going to take you to the highest? It's always better to associate with bhaktas, with devotees. Mayavadis, of course, is because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't associate with Mayavadis because then your spiritual life will be finished because they are offensive. With Brahmavadis, your spiritual life will not be finished, but it's not the highest association that you can get. So why do you want to associate? It's better you associate with those people who will take you higher, no? You want to go towards which realization?
Bhagavan.
Bhagavan realization. So you associate with those who will take you towards Bhagavan realization. You want the best or you want to settle for something below the best?
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Shailesh, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, being an impersonalist, they are born as trees. So Nalkuera and Manikriva, so they had led a very sinful lifestyle. So there is an equivalence then.
See, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, they were into intoxication. But you have to understand, for them to become Manigriva and Nalakuvera, they had some pious credits. That's why they were born as the sons of Kuver. It's not that they were born just like that, no. So they had a lot of pious credits. That's why they were Devatas. But being Devatas, again, they had forgotten. So then they were brought back on track by Narada Muni. So they also had a lot of pious credits. Because it's not a joke to be the son of Kuver. Yeah, Lavina, you
But
have
does
your
that
hand
mean
raised?
that there is equivalence?
Yeah, why not? Spiritual, if you have some credits only, that's the reason why you get that kind of a birth in Vrindavan. It's not for anybody and everybody. Everyone, even today, even in Kali Yuga, nobody in Vrindavan is an ordinary living entity. They have a lot of credits. That's why they have taken birth in that holy land. That's why they are residing in that holy land. Okay. Yeah, Lavina, you're on mute, Lavina.
No. I'm sorry. I forgot to lower my hand. Sorry.
Okay. Swapna, you have your hand raised?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what's the English word for Mayavadis? Like Brahmavadis are called impersonalists. So is there an English word for Mayavadis?
Not that I know of.
Okay,
I
all
know they are
right.
one kind of impersonalists,
The
but
atheists?
Mayavad English, I don't know.
So are they atheists?
No, they are not atheists.
All
They're
right.
not atheists because they do believe that there is a God, but they believe that you are God, I am God, we all are God. So the concept of God they have. Atheists don't have any concept of God only.
Is it monist?
I don't know. Maybe you're right. I cannot verify either yes or no because I don't know the answer to the question.
All right.
Okay. Generally, living entities in the mode of darkness obtain the bodies of trees. The impersonal philosophers are in that darkness, but they eradicate it by taking full advantage of your presence. I think the drones that are buzzing all around you must have been your devotees in your past lives. They cannot leave your company because no one can be a better, more affectionate master than you. You are the supreme and original personality of Godhead, and the drones are just trying to spread your glories by chanting at every moment. I think some of them must be great sages, devotees of your lordship, and they are disguising themselves in the form of drones because they are unable to give up your company even for a moment. My dear brother, you are the supreme worshipable Godhead. Who is saying this to whom?
Balaram.
I think Balram is saying that to Krishna.
Balaram
No,
is saying that to
Krishna.
Krishna?
No, Krishna is saying to Balaram.
Krishna is saying to Balaram?
Krishna saying to Balaram.
Yeah, it is actually Krishna who is speaking this to Balaram. So what is Krishna saying? What kind of people obtain the bodies of trees? Those who are in the mode of darkness. So we have Sattvagun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. People who are in Tamoguna, who are in the mode of darkness, then they are the people who get the bodies of trees. No? So we know according to what we do in our current life, our moment to moment decisions that we are taking in this lifetime is shaping our next bodies. The body we currently have is because of what we did in the previous lifetimes or lifetime. And what we are doing now is shaping our next body. So people who are in the mode of ignorance, then in the next lifetime, they are going to get the body of trees. Now, how is life in the body of trees? Is it a very wonderful body to get?
No,
Why? What is the difficulty?
because
We
you're
idle.
They
We
have
are
to
idle.
bear all the different climates.
Yeah, you're simply there stationary, no? You cannot move about. You cannot run away from the cold. You cannot run away from the heat. People are carving names on your trunk, no? And people are spitting at the trees. People are urinating on the trees. The dogs come and take shelter over there, or the animals are doing so many things over there. Ants are there. So it's not a good body to have, the body of a tree. So people who are in the mode of ignorance, then they are in the body of trees. Also, it is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam how people who do not dress appropriately, who love to show a lot of their skin. No, sometimes you see on magazine covers or movie stars. So there is a lot of skin exposure, and Bhagavatam explains that those who like to uh, show a lot of their skin, then they will get the body of the trees because that is mode of ignorance. People who are in the trees, they are in full public view. They are not clothed and they are in full public view. But the difference is nobody is interested to look at them also. And so such people, they get the body of trees. And who are the drones? Drones are the male bees. So Krishna is saying that these bees are buzzing all around Balaram because they must have been devotees in their past life. So even these drones who are there, actually every living entity in Vrindavan, they are not ordinary living entities. They have a lot of spiritual credits. Therefore, they are able to get that birth. And Krishna is saying that, my dear brother, you are the supreme worshipable Godhead. So who's the supreme worshipable Godhead?
Balram.
Balaram. So not Krishna?
Krishna.
So not Balaram?
Because Krishna is telling to
Supreme
Krishna,
Balaram.
Personality of
Balaram is
Godhead.
the expansion of Krishna.
Balaram is.
So what should we do?
So
Actually, Srila
Krishna is
Prabhupada,
supreme personality of Godhead,
yeah,
and he
actually
is
Srila
worshipable.
Prabhupada, yeah, Srila Prabhupada explains that there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. There is no difference. The difference is only of complexion, Srila Prabhupada explains. One is blue and one is white. So there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. But of course, we know that from Krishna comes Balaram and it is not vice versa. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Balaram also is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Balaram represents the Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva. All the spiritual masters are coming from Balaram. All the gurus, they are getting their potency, they are empowered by Balaramji. So he's Guru Tattva. Okay, just see how the peacocks are dancing before you in great ecstasy. The deer whose behavior is just like that of the gopis are welcoming you with the same affection. And the and the cuckoos who are residing in this forest are welcoming you with their joyful, sweet cries because they consider that your appearance in their home is so auspicious. Even though they are trees and animals, these residents of Vrindavan are glorifying you. They are prepared to welcome you to the best of their ability, as is the practice of great souls in receiving another great soul at home. As for the land, it is so pious and fortunate because the footprints of your lotus feet are marking its body. So all these other living entities are also welcoming Krishna and Balaram. It is quite natural for these Vrindavan inhabitants to thus receive a great personality like you. The herbs, creepers, and plants are also so fortunate to touch your lotus feet. And by your touching the twigs with your fingernails, these small plants are also made glorious. As for the hills and the rivers, they too are now glorious because you are glancing at them. Above all, the damsels of Raj, the gopis, are the most glorious because you embrace them with your strong arms, being attracted by their beauty. In this way, Lord Krishna and Balaram began to enjoy the residents of Vrindavan to their full satisfaction as they herded the calves and cows on the banks of the Yamuna. So, see now, they are herding calves and cows. Until the previous Leela, Brahma Vimohana Leela, they had only calves, and Brahmaji had kidnapped the calves. No, so now they are herding calves and cows on the banks of the Yamuna. In some places, Krishna and Balaram were accompanied by their friends. The boys were singing, imitating the humming sound of the drones and accompanying Krishna and Balaram, who were garlanded with forest flowers. While walking, the boys sometimes imitated the quacking sound of the swans in the lakes, and when they saw the peacocks dancing, they imitated them before Krishna. Krishna also moved his neck, imitating the dancing and making his friends laugh. So you can see how here they are enjoying wonderful pastimes in the forest. Yeah, Lavina, you have your hand raised.
Actually, I wanted to know what is drones.
Male bees are drones.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, Mataji, it's not my hand.
No, we have two Lavinas in the group.
Okay, okay.
One is Dadlani
Okay,
and one is
sorry.
Ramchandani. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Durga Prasad, you have your hand raised.
Mataji, that cows and calves, they will be together, na?
Yes.
So separately, they're taking care means what?
Where it is written separately.
No, earlier they used to take care of calves, then later on cows and calves. Krishna and Balaram.
Yeah, before they were allowed to take only the calves because the cows are too big for the small boys. So the parents would not allow them to take. So for some time, the calves would be, it's not that they're always 24/7 together. Sometimes the calves are taken for herding. And that too, they were not allowed to go very far when they went with the calves, these boys. Now, after they are grown up only, the cows and calves are going together. Okay. For some period of time, the calves would go for herding without the cows before. Okay.
Okay, Mata, thank you.
You're welcome. Lavina Dadlani, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, Mataji, how old was Krishna when all this was going on in Vrindavan? How old is he now?
He's above 6 years old. He's
Above
above 6
6.
years now. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, Shivani?
Mataji, can you give me some more? Like you gave the example of the trees, like the people who don't wear proper clothes and are showing skin. Can you give a more example of someone who's in the mode of ignorance?
People who are in the mode of ignorance, they are those categories of people who don't know what is right or wrong, and therefore they don't even execute what is right and wrong. See, people who are in the mode of, so there are three categories, right? We have goodness, passion, and ignorance. People who are in the mode of goodness, they know what is right and they execute that which is right. People who are in the mode of passion, they know what is right, but still they do not execute that which is right. They still execute that which is wrong out of mode of passion. And people who are in the mode of ignorance, they are not even aware of what is good and bad. And therefore they end up executing the bad only. They are not even aware of what should be done and what should not be done. They are the people in the mode of ignorance. They love to sleep. They are very lazy. They are the people in the mode of ignorance. For example, let's say if the goal is to travel to India, so a person in the mode of goodness, what will he do? He will purchase his tickets, he will pack his bags, he will reach the airport on time, and he will check in his luggage, and he will be at the boarding gate at the right time, and he will even take the flight that will take him to India. What will a person in the mode of passion do? He knows that his destination is that he has to travel to India. But he doesn't do what it takes for him to go to the airport at the right time. No, he knows that his destination, he has to travel to India on such a date, but he will not purchase his tickets. He will not reach the airport on time because he's in the mode of passion. He's busy engaging in some sense gratificatory activities. He's not able to overcome the temptation of engaging in sense gratificatory activities. Therefore, he doesn't reach the airport on time. A person in the mode of ignorance is not even aware what he has to do. He is not even aware that he has to reach India on such a date. This is the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay?
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The cows taken care of by Krishna had different names, and Krishna would call them with love. After hearing Krishna calling, the cows would immediately respond by mooing, and the boys would enjoy this exchange to their heart's content. They would all imitate the sound vibrations made by the different kinds of birds, especially the chakoras, peacocks, cuckoos, and bharatwajas. Sometimes, when they would see the weaker animals fleeing out of fear of the sounds of tigers and lions, the boys, along with Krishna and Balaram, would imitate the animals and run away from them. So, see, such wonderful pastimes are going on in the forest. When they felt some fatigue, they would sit down, and Balaram would put his head on the lap of one of the boys just to take rest, and Krishna would immediately come and begin massaging the legs of Balaram. And sometimes Krishna would take a palm fan and fan the body of Balaram, causing a pleasing breeze to relieve him of his fatigue. So yes, now Balaram is the elder brother. So, and Balaram wanted to come as the elder brother in this incarnation. He didn't want to come as a younger brother. In the previous yuga, Balaram came as Lakshman, no, and Krishna came as Ram. And as Lakshman, he had to perform some very difficult services for Lord Ram. What are some of the very difficult services that Lakshman had to do for Lord Ram, which he
He
was
had to he
very
had to wait. He was awakened whole night in the time of exile.
okay? So say
He was
this is a difficult service, but it is not difficult for Lakshman. He was
mm,
happy to do that
Send
service.
Sita,
But there were
send
some
Sita to
services,
forest.
huh? What?
Sending Sita to forest.
Sending Mother Sita to the forest when this whole incident happened and Lord Ram had to send Sita, not to the forest, actually, he sent her to the what do you call it? The
Valmiki
hermitage.
Ashram.
Hermitage of
Sorry,
Valmiki.
ashram.
Valmiki
Mm,
ashram, no, to the ashram.
mm.
So that time Lord Ram requested Lakshman to go and send Sita. So it was Lakshman who had to take Sita and leave her there and come back without Sita. So that was very difficult service for Lakshman to perform. What else? What other very difficult service Lakshman had to do? When
He
Sita
had to
came
obey the orders.
from the kingdom of Ravan, after Ravan was killed and Sita was brought before Lord Ram, and she had to pass through the fire. So who had to lit that fire?
Lakshman.
Lakshman, no? So Sita told Lakshman that please light this fire. I want to enter the fire and I want to give up my life. So Lakshman had to light that fire for Sita and he was so devastated. No, Lakshman didn't want to do it. And he looked at Ram and Lord Ram also didn't say don't do it. No, so he was like, I have to do these very difficult services. Therefore, he didn't want to come as younger brother anymore. So therefore, now in this lifetime, he came as the elder brother. Okay. Other boys would sometimes dance or sing while Balaram took rest, and sometimes they would wrestle amongst themselves or jump. When the boys were thus engaged, Krishna would immediately join them, and catching their hands, he would enjoy their company and laugh and praise their activities. When Krishna would feel tired and fatigued, he would sometimes take shelter of the root of a big tree or the lap of a cowherd boy and lie down. When he would lie down with a boy or a root as his pillow, some of the boys would come and massage his legs, and some would fan his body with a fan made from leaves. Some of the more talented boys would sing in a very sweet voices to please him. Thus, very soon his fatigue would go away. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, whose legs are tended by the goddess of fortune, shared himself with the cowherd boys as one of them, expanding his internal potency to appear exactly like a village boy. So, who is this internal potency? Expanding his internal potency to appear exactly like a village boy. Who's acting here?
Krishna.
No, internal potency.
Oh, Yogamaya.
Yoga Maya, yes, Yoga Maya. No, so Yoga Maya makes Krishna appear to the other residents of Vrindavan exactly like a village boy. Like a village boy. He is not an ordinary village boy, but he appears like that. But despite his appearing just like a village boy, there were occasions when he proved himself to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sometimes men pose themselves as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and cheat innocent people, but they can only cheat. They cannot exhibit the potency of God. So Krishna, although he appeared like an ordinary village boy, he still several times showed that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Already we discussed how he showed the universal form 4 times during his lifetime, at least from what we know from Prabhupada's books. No? And also when he is killing these demons with this extraordinary power and potency, we can see that he is not an ordinary village boy. But now in modern times, what happens? There are many people who pose themselves as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they cannot exhibit, they cannot show the universal form, they cannot show this extraordinary power and potency. What kind of a God is one if he has gray hair? What kind of a God is one if he has loose teeth? What kind of a God is he who has wrinkled skin? No, God means he is most beautiful, most beautiful. That is Krishna. While Krishna was thus engaged in his transcendental pastimes, exhibiting his internal potency in the company of the supermost fortunate cowherd boys, there occurred another chance for him to exhibit the superhuman powers of Godhead. His most intimate friends, Sudama, Subala, and Stoka Krishna, addressed Krishna and Balaram with great love and affection. Thus, Dear Balaram, you are very powerful. Your hands are very strong. Dear Krishna, you are very expert in killing all kinds of disturbing demons. Will you kindly note that just near this place there is a big forest of the name Thalavan. This forest is full of palm trees and all the trees are filled with fruits. Some have fallen down and some of them are very ripe even in the trees. It is a very nice place, but because of a great demon, Dhenukāsura, it is very difficult to go there. So they have come to this forest called Talvan, or sometimes it is also referred to as Thalavan. So this is see, Vrindavan has, I'm sorry, the area of Raj has 12 forests. One means forests, no? And Krishna Balaram, they are living in Vrindavan. And now they have come to Talvan or Thalavan, as it is sometimes pronounced. Let me see if I have a, no, I don't have the video here. Okay. So this particular forest is known by this name because of the tal fruit. The tal fruit are this kind of fruits you may have eaten in India.
Yes.
No, so this particular
Like a
forest,
coconut.
yes,
Baby coconut.
very delicious fruit. No, this fruit
Yeah.
can be eaten when it is raw also, and it can be also consumed when it is fully ripe. This is the beauty of this fruit. So anyway, they have come to this particular forest, Talvan, and it has got this name because of this tal fruit, because of these palm trees. And what are they saying here? The friends are telling them that this is a very nice place, but because Dhenukāsura is there, it is very difficult to go there. So this Dhenukāsura, an ass demon, he doesn't allow anyone to go and enjoy these fruits. He is actually an employee of Kamsa. Let's see. No one can reach the trees to collect the fruits. Dear Krishna and Balaram, this demon is present there in the form of an ass, and he is surrounded by similar demon friends who have assumed the same shape. All of them are very strong, so it is very difficult to approach this place. Dear brothers, you are the only persons who can kill such demons. Other than you, no one can go there for fear of being killed. Not even animals can go there, and no birds are living there. They have all left. One can only appreciate the sweet aroma that is coming from that place. It appears that up till now, no one has tasted the sweet fruits either. either on the tree or on the ground. Dear Krishna, to tell you frankly, we are very attracted by this sweet aroma. Dear Balaram, if you like, let us all go there and enjoy these fruits. The aroma of the fruits is now spread everywhere. Don't you smell it from here? So they are getting the aroma, but nobody is allowed to go there. Even the animals and the birds have left that place because of Dhenukāsura.
Demons.
Yes. When Balaram and Krishna were thus petitioned by their intimate friends, they were inclined to please them, and with smiling faces they proceeded toward the forest, surrounded by all their friends. So, of course, see, a devotee always wants to please Krishna, and Krishna wants to please his devotees. It is described by the acharyas that actually these friends wanted to go to the forest not because they want to enjoy the fruits, but they wanted Krishna and Balaram to enjoy those fruits. And Krishna and Balaram want to give pleasure to their devotees. So they want to give pleasure to the Gopa friends. So therefore now they are going there because the friends have suggested it. Immediately upon reaching the Talvan, Balaram began to yank the trees with his arms, exhibiting the strength of an elephant. Because of this jerking, all the ripe fruits fell down on the ground. Upon hearing the sound of the falling fruits, the demon Dhenukāsura, who was living there in the form of an ass, approached with great force, shaking the whole field so that all the trees moved as if there was an earthquake. The demon appeared before Balaram and kicked his chest with his hind legs. At first, Balaram did not say anything, but with great anger, the demon kicked him again more vehemently. So actually, it is described that when Krishna, Balaram, and these Gopa friends they entered this place, Dhenukāsura was sleeping. No, he was having his nap, and therefore, when Balaram made that sound, he woke up and he has come to the spot and he has kicked Balaram on his chest. This time Balaram immediately caught hold of the legs of the ass with one hand and wheeling him around, threw him into the treetops. While he was being wheeled around by Balaram, the demon lost his life. Balaram threw the demon into the biggest palm tree about, and the demon's body was so heavy that the palm tree fell upon other trees and several fell down. It appeared as if a great hurricane was passing through the forest, and all the trees were falling down one after another. This exhibition of extraordinary strength is not astonishing because Balaram is the personality of Godhead known as Ananta Shesha Nag, who is holding all the planets on the hoods of his millions of heads. He maintains the whole cosmic manifestation exactly as horizontal and vertical threads hold the weaving of a cloth. So Balaram, Bal, he is known for his Bal, he is known for his strength. No? So Srila Prabhupada is explaining that it is not at all astonishing that he has this kind of strength. And as Ananta Shesha, he is holding the planets on his hoods. And what is the weight he feels of all these planets on his hood is the weight of a mustard seed that one would feel on the head. That is what is described in our Shastras. So that is how extraordinarily powerful and potent Balaram is. After the demon had been thrown into the trees, all the friends and associates of Dhenukāsura immediately assembled and attacked Balarama and Krishna with great force. They were determined to retaliate and avenge the death of their friend. But Krishna and Balaram caught each of the asses by the hind legs and exactly in the same way wheeled them around. Thus they killed all of them and threw them into the palm trees. Because of the dead body of the asses, there was a panoramic scene. It appeared as if clouds of various colors were assembled in the trees. Hearing of this great incident, the demigods from the higher planets showered flowers on Krishna and Balaram and beat their drums and offered devotional prayers. So who has killed Dhenukāsura?
Balram.
Balaram has killed Dhenukāsura, no? So we saw previously all the demons that so far have been killed were killed by
Krishna.
Krishna. Now Balaram has killed Dhenukāsura, and the other associates of once Dhenukāsura was killed, then his associates have come there, and then all of them were wheeled. No, this is how this particular demon Dhenukāsura and his associates were killed. They were all wheeled by one hand and thrown into the tree. So it has created a panoramic scene. It is described. A few days later, after the killing of Dhenukāsura, people began to come into Talavan forest to collect the fruits, and animals began to. 1 minute, I cannot read this. Began to return without fear to feed on the nice grasses growing there. Just by chanting or hearing these transcendental pastimes and pastimes of the brothers Krishna and Balaram, one can amass pious activities. So by hearing these pastimes, one can get a lot of pious credits just by hearing or chanting these activities. When Krishna and Balaram entered the village of Vrindavan along with their friends, they played their flutes and the boys praised their uncommon activities in the forest. Their faces were decorated with tilak and smeared with the dust raised by the cows, and Krishna's head was decorated with the peacock feather. Because he and Balaram played their flutes and the young gopis were joyous to see Krishna returning home. All the gopis in Vrindavan remained very morose on account of Krishna's absence. All day they were thinking of Krishna in the forest or of him herding cows in the pasture. When they saw Krishna returning, all their anxieties were immediately relieved and they began to look at his face the way drones hover over the honey of the lotus flower. When Krishna entered the village, the young gopis smiled and laughed. Krishna, while playing the flute, enjoyed the beautiful smiling faces of the gopis. So see how they are being welcomed back at the end of the day when they come to their homes. Then Krishna and Balaram were immediately received by their affectionate mothers, Yashoda and Rohini, who, according to time's demands, began to fulfill the desires of their affectionate sons. Simultaneously, the mothers rendered service and bestowed benediction upon their transcendental sons. They took care of their children by bathing them and dressing them very nicely. Krishna was dressed in yellowish garments and Balaram was dressed in bluish garments, and they were given all sorts of ornaments and flower garlands. Being relieved of the fatigue of their day's work in the pasturing ground, they looked refreshed and very beautiful. They were given palatable dishes by their mothers and they pleasantly ate everything. After eating, they were seated nicely on clean bedding and the mothers began to sing various songs of their activities. As soon as they lay down on the bedding, they very quickly fell fast asleep. In this way, Krishna and Balaram used to enjoy Vrindavan life as cowherd boys. Sometimes Krishna used to go with his boyfriends and Balaram, and sometimes he used to go alone with his friends to the bank of the Yamuna and tend the cows. Gradually, the summer season arrived, and one day, while in the field, the boys and the cows became very thirsty and began to drink the water of the Yamuna. The river, however, had been made poisonous by the venom of the great serpent known as Kalia. So, what do you think is the next pastime coming up in the next chapter?
Kalia, he kills the Kalia, the Krishna.
Krishna kills Kalia?
Yes.
No,
Oh no, he doesn't kill Kalia.
He doesn't
Yes.
kill Kalia. So Kalia is that demon whom
He's a
neither Krishna
serpent.
nor Balaram kills. Okay.
So that's a Kalia snake. He wants to get
Wants to get what?
He asked him to go away from Yamuna.
Yes. Right.
the cow
And even his wives. Even his wives.
Yes, correct. So why Krishna doesn't kill Kalia? That we will see in the next chapter. Yeah,
Krishna
Upasana, you have your hand raised.
relives them.
Upasana, you have your hand raised.
Yes, actually now Balaram and Krishna have same age, right? 6 years.
No, Balaram is elder to Krishna by 1 year approx.
1 year.
1 year. Okay, so she is 7 and 6. Okay.
5 and 6.
Oh, 6. Krishna is some 6. So Balaram is 1 year elder to Krishna.
Okay. Thank you.
Because the water was so poisonous, the boys and cows became visibly affected immediately after drinking. They suddenly fell down on the ground, apparently dead. Then Krishna, who is the life of all that lives, simply cast his merciful glance over them, and all the boys and cows regained consciousness and began to look at one another with great astonishment. They could understand that by drinking the water of the Yamuna, they had died, and that the merciful glance of Krishna had restored their lives. Thus, they appreciated the mystic power of Krishna, who is known as Yogeshwar, the master of all mystic yogis. So, here we see one name of Krishna. Yogeshwar means the master of all yogis.
The mystic yogi.
So, they had his friends and the cows, they had practically lost their lives, but then Krishna had revived them. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 15th chapter of Krishna, the killing of Dhenukāsura. Now, as we discussed, each demon represents an anartha. So when a demon is killed by Krishna, it means that Krishna removes that anartha. Krishna removes that thing which is not good for our spiritual life. Now the fact that Dhenukāsura was killed by Balaram, so whatever anartha is represented by Dhenukāsura, actually that anartha is removed by the spiritual master, because Balaram represents the Guru. He is Guru Tattva. He is he's a spiritual master. So that anartha is removed from our hearts by our Guru. Okay. See, if you go to Vrindavan, you can visit this Thalvan. It's close by. And now there is a temple dedicated to Balaramji. See here, these are the deities that are there in the temple. You can see here, this deity is called Dauji. So Balaram was known as Dauji, the elder brother. And to his left is his wife, Revati ji. And to his right is Krishna. This is the deity of Sri Krishna. So this is a temple that is there. Even now, if you go to Thalvan, you can see some palm trees. See, this is a palm tree here. Even today, you can see some palm trees. They are not as many as they were at the time of Krishna, but some few trees are there. Within the temple premises also, there are a few palm trees. So you can, if you visit, then this is a place you can go and see. The place where this particular demon, Dhenukāsura, was killed. See here.
Is this it says Bengal? It's written on there. Gaudiya, treasure of Bengal.
No, this is there is a Facebook page by this name, and they have put up these photos. That's why
okay.
this name is here. But this is there. When you go to Vrindavan, you can visit this Talvan also. See here, these are the palm trees that are even there till today. So what is the anartha that Dhenukāsura represents? Dhenukāsura represents sthula buddhi, or blunt judgment, or gross discrimination. Dhenukāsura, who personifies the ass of blunt judgment, was killed by Baladev, the transcendental reservoir of all living entities. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he explains in his Sri Krishna Samhita, subtle discrimination is extremely important for Vaishnavas. Those who invent social distinctions and preach the unbreakable principles of Vaishnavism while breaking them to suit their needs are said to possess gross discrimination. This gross discrimination takes the form of the ass, Dhenuka. The ass cannot eat the sweet palm tree fruits, and he opposes others' attempts to eat them. The purport is that the previous acharyas of the authorized sampradayas have written many spiritual literatures which people with gross discrimination neither understand nor allow others to see. So what is this blunt judgment or gross discrimination of Dhenukāsura? He is not enjoying the fruits, neither is he allowing others to enjoy those fruits. He is discriminating because he is thinking that these fruits, these palm trees, this particular forest belongs to Kamsa. So he is thinking that all this is Kamsa's property, and I want to protect Kamsa's property. I do not want anyone to enjoy these fruits on these trees because it belongs to Kamsa. So this is called blunt judgment, gross discrimination. You're breaking the rules to suit their needs. Actually, who is the owner of everything that exists? Is it Kamsa?
Krishna.
It is Krishna.
Krishna.
No, Krishna says he's Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. He is the master of all planetary systems. So here, Dhenukāsura, because he has the ass mentality, when we call somebody an ass, that means the person is not intelligent, So because he has this ass mentality, he's an ass demon. He's thinking that all this belongs to Kamsa. So he is not allowing Krishna, Balaram, the Gopa friends, the devotees to come and enjoy or take the fruits over there. He is thinking that this belongs to Kamsa. So this is the blunt judgment or gross discrimination that is represented, that Dhenukāsura represents. And this particular anartha is removed from our hearts by the Guru, by the spiritual master. And see here in the Last line, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, the purport is that the previous acharyas of the authorized sampradayas have written many spiritual literatures which people with gross discrimination neither understand nor allow others to see. So we have many great literatures that are composed by the previous acharyas which we can accept as authority. First of all, because they are belonging to a bona fide disciplic succession. Two, because they are authorized. So such great personalities, they are not going to waste their time writing some fiction, or they are not going to waste their time writing something to mislead the people, because every bona fide acharya wants you to go back home, back to Godhead. Every bona fide guru, every bona fide acharya wants you to attain the goal of human life, which is love for Krishna. So people who have blunt judgment, gross discrimination, they do not understand such literatures, nor will they allow others to understand such literatures. So this particular anartha is removed by the spiritual master, because the spiritual master removes us from the darkness of ignorance and brings us to the light of knowledge. So he removes our ignorance. Past life of Dhenukāsura from Garga Samhita, Canto 2, Chapter 11, text 27 to 31. Leaving his body, Dhenuka manifested a splendid and handsome dark form wearing yellow garments and decorated with a forest flower garland. Then a chariot filled with 100,000 of Lord's associates, decorated with 1,000 flags, rumbling with 1,000 wheels, pulled by 10,000 horses, glorious with 100,000 chamaras, yellow, studded with many jewels, 8 miles long, beautiful, traveling as fast as the mind, and decorated with many bells and tinkling ornaments, suddenly appeared. O king, the demon circumambulated Krishna and Balaram, and then filling the circle of the directions with light, he ascended the chariot and went to Goloka, far beyond the material realm. The king said, O sage, why did he attain liberation? Who was Dhenukāsura in his previous birth? Why did he get the body of an ass? Please tell me this in truth. Sri Narada said, he was a powerful son of King Bali, who was the son of Virochana, and his name was Sahasika. One time he enjoyed pastimes with 10,000 women on Gandha Madana mountain. The sounds in that forest of the many musical instruments and ankle bells broke the trance of Durvasa Muni, who in a cave nearby was meditating on Lord Krishna. Very thin, with a long beard, walking with wooden sandals, holding a stick and glowing with flames of anger, Durvasa, whose curse makes the universe tremble, left his cave and spoke to Sahasika. Fool, ass-like person, rise, become an ass. O demon, after 400,000 years in the transcendental circle of Mathura, in the sacred forest of Thalavan, you will attain liberation by Lord Balaram's hand. Sri Narada said, because he had given Prahlad Maharaj the benediction, your descendants will not be killed by me. Krishna arranged that Dhenukāsura was killed by Lord Balaram's hand. So see, Krishna didn't kill Dhenukāsura because he had promised Prahlad Maharaj that his descendants will not be killed by him. So therefore Krishna arranged that Balaram kills Dhenukāsura. So what do you think? It was good for Dhenukāsura or no?
Yes,
Yes, always.
Why?
got liberated.
He was liberated. He went to Goloka, and very respectfully he was taken to Goloka. We saw how he went in this beautiful chariot by so
Thousand.
gloriously. We saw no here, very gloriously he was taken with full respect. And how long he had to wait?
4,000.
4,000 years.
4,000 years.
400,000 years.
400,000 years. So 400,000 years he had to wait for him to be killed by Balaram. So what do you think? It's a long period of time or
Very long.
Very long.
very long? So how many lifetimes you think we are still here? How many thousands of years we are still here in the material world? What do you think? More than this or less than this?
More than that.
So actually, it's not so long.
Depend on the karmas.
Considering that he's going to go to Goloka. No, 400,000 years. It's a very, very small price he had to pay for getting what he got in return. Okay, so with this, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Krishna, we come to the end of today's presentation. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Do we have any questions or comments? Yes.
Only one question, Sonam. He was living as for 400,000 years.
Yes.
Okay, so he was just that in the Talman for 400,000 years.
I don't know if he was in Talvan for 400,000 years, but he was in that as in the donkey's body,
As
he was there for 400,000 years. Yes. I don't know at what point Kamsa sent him to that forest. That I don't know.
okay, fine. And Maharaj Bali is also a descendant of Prahalad.
Correct. He's his grandson.
Okay, thank you.
So
You're welcome.
Bali is also Maharaj Bali is also demon.
No, he's
Hello?
a devotee. He's one of the 12 Mahajans. No, Bali Maharaj is one of the 12 Mahajans, the greatest authorities on the science of God. Remember, he surrendered everything to.
I know, but if he's if he's in that lineage, then after Prahlad, then they are considered in the demon family, right?
Aha, family is that of demons, but one
Okay.
can be born in a demon family and be the greatest Vaishnava.
Okay.
Even Prahlad is demon family. No, his father is.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
And did we talk about that the past history of Dhenukāsura? What he was
Yes.
before? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
we saw it, no? How he was cursed by Durvasa Muni.
Uh-huh.
What was his name? His name was Sahasika. And he was enjoying pastimes with 10,000 women.
Okay.
And then it broke the trance of Durvasa Muni, who was meditating in a cave nearby. So therefore he cursed him
Okay.
to become an ass. But actually that curse was a blessing in
Blessing.
disguise.
Thank you, Mataji.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Edji. Mataji, koti koti dandavat pranam. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Gopinath ki jai. Anant koti dandavat pranam to Achyut Jai Pataka Maharaj. Thank you, Radhe.
Jai, thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your association. Are we ready for the exam?
Yes.
Okay, just give me a minute. Shailesh, you have your hand raised?
So, does he become a demon again, or is he liberated?
Who?
Dhenukāsura.
No, Dhenukāsura, now he is on the way to Goloka. Now he is a pure devotee. He has been purified by the touch of Balaram. Everything gone, finished. Okay, so Deepa Vijay Kumar, you have your hand raised?
And which loka does he go to, you say?
I don't say. Garga Samhita says he went to Goloka.
Bhuloka?
Goloka.
Goloka. Okay.
Yes. Garga Samhita says he went to Goloka.
Goloka. Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
You're welcome. Okay, so pay attention in your chat. The link to the exam is coming up right now. There it is. Tell me if you can access it.
I have access.
All right, thank you.
I don't have.
I'll share it again in your chat.
Okay, thank you.
There, I've shared it again.